Welcome back to another top 5 video. Today we are going to be talking about my top 5 water type Pokemon. And for once, they're actually all Pokemon that I've used in the past. This was a tough list to make. There are so many great water type Pokemon and I had a hard time whittling it down to just 5. But I did it, so let's get on with the show. First up is my number 5 spot, and that's Duat, the Discipline Pokemon. Duat is the mid-stage of the Oshawott line, the water starter of the Unova region. And in my opinion, it's the coolest out of the 3. Oshawott's cute and Samurot's super cool, but Duat is just way cooler than both of them. I love that it's based off of a samurai and it's got that really cool coloring to it. The deep blue coloring for its overall fur, plus the dark blue fur on the bottom half of it is just super cool looking. The two shades of blue just really complement each other a ton. If it being based off of a samurai wasn't already cool enough, it's also based off of an otter, which is super cool. Otters are just super great. And I really think the combination of samurai and otter works really well here. Otters are known for carrying around clams, so why not make them samurai swords? On top of that, Duat was one of the partner Pokemon in Pokemon Conquest, partnered up with Motochika. It's just very fitting for a samurai to have a samurai Pokemon. I ended up using Oshawott as my first starter in Gen 5, and I loved it. There was a real part of me that honestly just wanted to keep Duat the same throughout my entire journey. Ultimately I didn't, but there's always that part of me that wishes I did. Duat is just really that cool. Next up is number 4, and it's the lovable and hyperactive Totodile. Totodile is known as the Big Jaw Pokemon, and for good reason because it has a really big jaw. It is kind of like, a crocodile. I've liked Totodile ever since its anime debut, all the way back when Ash was traveling around Johto. It's just so funny and quirky and so full of life. It really is just one of my favorite Pokemon in general. Its evolutions, Croconaw and Feraligatr, are cool, but I really just don't care for them as much. Totodiles have a habit of latching onto things with their giant jaws. It kind of reminds me of my golden retriever, Felicia. She really kind of just grabs things when she gets excited. It's not always to chew on them, it's just a habit of hers to grab things when she's super excited. And that's just like a Totodile. Huh, maybe my dog is actually a Totodile in disguise. After many years of not using it, I ended up playing through Heart Gold again a few summers ago, and I loved using Totodile so much. I'm honestly surprised it took me that long to use it in any way at all. Really, one of the biggest reasons I like Totodile is that it's associated with quirky craziness, and that's just speaks to me. And that's really all there is to it. Next up on our list is number 3, and that's Weasel, the Sea Weasel Pokemon. Once again, yes, I know, I do this a lot, but it's a Pokemon that I actually really learned to love through the anime. That being said, I did use it through my first run through of Diamond, and I really liked it a lot. However, the anime just gives it so much personality, I just can't resist. Whether it's the kind and playful Weasel from the movie, or Ash's, which is a little rougher around the edges, it's just so cool. I not only just love its design in general, but I do love the details on it as well. The collar around its neck inflates to help it float. This resembles the inflatable ring that lifeguards will throw to people that are drowning. On top of that, Weasel has 2 tails, and they're used as kind of a propeller system. In the anime, Weasel's even been shown to use them to kind of fly. It's just so cool, and I do like Floatzel, but Weasel's just way cooler on its own. Also, again, I know this is an anime only thing, but the Ice Aqua Jet is so cool. I almost wish that they would incorporate those kind of moves into the games. While I've already technically used a Weasel in past games, I might use it again once the Diamond and Pearl remakes come out. I like it that much, and I want to give it a chance to really shine on a team where it's not surrounded by other water type Pokemon, because I really didn't plan my team out very well back then. I just really like Weasel a lot, and that's why it's so high up on this list. Next up on our list is number 2, and in fact it's 2 different Pokemon. Well, they're part of the same line. It's Dupeter and Araquanid. I had a really hard time deciding whether I'd put these Pokemon on the bug type list or on this list in the water types. Ultimately, I decided I liked it more as a water type Pokemon overall. They're both known as the Water Bubble Pokemon, and together they embody both cuteness and coolness. For both Dupeter and Araquanid, when they're outside of the water, they have to have a water bubble around their head so that they can breathe. Not only that, but they both use the water bubble to attack other Pokemon. However, it's much more cute and a little less harmful when it comes to Dupeter. Araquanid's a little bit more scary in a sense. When 2 Dupeters come into contact with each other, they both show off their bubbles. Whoever has the smaller one gets out of the way of the bigger one, because the bigger one is tougher. As for Araquanid, when it headbutts Pokemon, if they're small enough, they end up getting sucked into the bubble and drowning. That's terrifying. I can't even imagine being around a spider that big, let alone one that could suck me into a bubble around its head and drown me. That being said, Araquanid has kind of a soft side to it. When it sees a weakened Pokemon, it'll actually bring it into the bubble to keep it safe. I just love Dupeter and Araquanid's designs. They're so cool. I'm not a huge fan of spiders in general, but they just are so cool looking, especially with his shiny colors because those are so awesome. I like them so much that I ended up using them in Ultra Moon. I just really like that it's basically a reverse scuba diver. And in Dupeter's case, a really cute one too. And that's why it's my number 2 spot on this list. And finally, we move on to my number 1 favorite water type Pokemon. And that's Basculin. Happy late April Fools! Obviously, that was a joke. A bad one, but a joke nonetheless. Anyways, my real number 1 water type Pokemon is actually 3. It's the entire Piplup line, including Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon. I honestly don't know where to begin with these 3. If it wasn't for the fact that I already have a favorite Pokemon line already that's not a water type, I would totally choose the Piplup line. Both Piplup and Prinplup are known as the Penguin Pokemon, meanwhile Empoleon is known as the Emperor Pokemon, for obvious reasons. I remember when I first saw Piplup. Back then we knew it as Pachima, and it was just really cute looking. It was honestly almost love at first sight. While doing research for this, I actually realized that the starter Pokemon were revealed really late into the cycle. Like the 3 of them were revealed just a month before the actual game came out. That seems really nuts to me. In any event, it wouldn't be a favorite Pokemon of mine if it wasn't influenced in some way by the anime. In the anime, Piplup was honestly the most popular Sinnoh starter to be used by the characters. It was used by at least 4 different characters, including Dawn, Kenny, and Barry. Although in Barry's case, we don't actually see him with a Piplup because by the time we meet him, he already has an Empoleon. But I still think it counts. When it comes to Pokemon who go from being cute to super cool, Piplup and its evolutions are kind of the epitome of that. It goes from being the cute and cuddly Piplup to being the kind of teenage, snarky Prinplup, then to the super awesome, cool Empoleon, who by the way is part steel type, which with its water and steel typing mark another check off for its coolness. Some people might think that ice type would have fitted better since it's a penguin, but I think the steel type is just really awesome. And it's for all these reasons that Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon are my favorite water type Pokemon out of all of them. And that's a lot of water type Pokemon. Alright guys, those are my top 5 favorite water type Pokemon. What did you think? Let me know down below in the comments section. Also down in the comments section, let me know what your top 5 water type Pokemon are. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it, and it lets me know that you're enjoying these videos. And if you want to see more from me, you can always hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you'll get all notifications when I upload. Well, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!